good? It's your boy Luke, man, and today we're going over the secret to mastering sweep picking. And I'm not talking about using a broom, I'm talking about using your pick and a specific technique that Yngwie Malmsteen as well as Jason Becker made super popular in the late 70s, early 1980s. And first, I should let you know that I actually have a free course specifically on alternate picking. I know it's a little bit different than sweep picking, but all these techniques, they tie into one another. It's not like you're going to sweep pick all the time, right? So anyway, there's a link to that free course. It's in the description below, and it's basically a collection of all the epiphanies my clients have had, as well as all the lessons that I've learned when it comes to coaching people through the process, taking the steps to get really clean, clear alternate picking. So yeah, if that interests you, if you want to dial in that technique, if it's something you've tried to do for a lot of years and had little to no success, it's all in there. It's gonna revolutionize your playing, make your picking super clean. So anyway, there's a link to that in the description below. Alright, but yeah, we're talking about sweep picking. So there's a couple of different ways. If I could go back, I would have learned sweep picking a little bit differently. I went with a particular technique, which I'll play right now. I did that first, and I think there's an easier way to just get the process. The thing that no one talks about really is, like, if these are the strings, I'm going to use my fingers because they're a little bit bigger. Your pick needs to go through the first string. Let's say this is the G string. It has to go through and land directly on the B string. Now, that's happening while the previous string is still ringing out. So if I play this note here, it's still ringing out, but my pick is already on the B string, even though I just played the note. It's still resonating on the G string. Same thing now when I play the B string, my pick's already on the E string. I know you probably can't see that, but it's like boom, boom. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed that visualization because I'm not going to do it again. All right. That said, that's the secret to the technique. You got to be able to do that up. You got to be able to do that down. Another thing beginners are messing up with, not using a click and being able to play like triplets, let's say. All right, we're gonna start with triplets, you know. So, trying to play this unplugged electric guitar audibly, it was a little bit of a struggle, but hopefully you could hear those triplets. You know, I'm actually looking to get, and I really think you have to be able to do that with just your right hand alone. You know, so practice that, get that triplet feel, because the first one we're going to go over is this shape. G string 7th fret, B string 6th fret, E string 5th fret on the way up, and E string 8th fret, E string 6th fret, E string G string 5th fret on the way down. This is a D minor 7 arpeggio. Yeah, very simple to play that way. So then it's just 3 up, 3 down. Now the next shape is going to be including a pull off. So we're going to play a 5th fret G string, 6th fret E string, 5th fret G string, 6th fret B string, 5th fret E string. Now play the 8th fret of the E string and pull off back to the E string 5th fret. Okay, so this is how I first learned how to sweep pick, and I don't think it's the easiest thing to do, but it is an example nonetheless. Now the next option that we're going to have is to play the full arpeggio. By the way, this is an F major. So we play the example we just played. Now add 7th fret of the D string, 8th fret of the A string, and then a hammer on from the 3rd fret of the A string to the 8th fret of the A string. Alright, so pull off on the top end, hammer on the low end. Okay, I did another example that was actually an A minor arpeggio. It's basically like this. 12th fret to 8th fret E string, 10th fret of the B string, 9th fret of the G string, 10th fret of the D string, 12th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the A string. Okay, but same picking concept, just different arpeggio. Alright, now what we're going to do is add in some alternate picking to the sweep picking. So to do that, again, with just the 3-note example, I'm going to alternate pick both notes on the E string. Ba, ba. Okay, so now I can do the same thing with the longer arpeggio as well. Alright, and the last thing I want to talk about is playing without any right hand at all. So just working on the legato proportion of this, and you might need to use a little bit of muting of your palm right here, and you might need to use a little bit of muting with your fingers. Actually, each time you fret a note, like for instance, if I were to fret the B string, the top of my middle finger here is going to push into the G string, as well as the bottom of my middle finger is going to rest over the E string. So I'm going to fret one string and mute 2 strings at the same time, and this is basically just like breathing now. This is what I do whenever I fret any notes anywhere. I'm always muting at least 1, if not 2 notes around it with the same finger. So that's what you have to practice when you try to do this with distortion and you try to play this technique with just one hand. But it's useful because then you can start to add a tap, and you don't have to be anxious about getting back here for the and then switching back over. By the way, if you are going to do that, it makes more sense to just sweep on the fretboard. Anyway, again, my name's Luke, man. I have a free course. It's called Alternate Picking Mastery, and if you want to get really clear and concise alternate picking, I highly recommend checking that out. There is a link in the description below where you can find it. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see another one like it, click here. If you just want to see me on your YouTube feed more often, give this video a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be sure to be there. Alright, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace!